What is up, you guys? Matthew from Boosted Reviews here, along with Miss Mocha down here, who's chilling because it's very, very late. And we are here today because, coincidentally, the same friend who turned me on to Dimash has contacted me and said that they think I would enjoy Falling in Reverse. And I remember Falling in Reverse back from when I was in, like, high school. And that's a very odd transition from Dimash. I don't know why they would recommend me Falling in Reverse, but I feel like everybody from the 90s and before knows like The Drug in Me Is You and like all the songs from back then. I feel like everybody knows those songs if you're from like the 90s or earlier. But he messaged me with a list, and actually on that list was The Drug in Me Is You, and I was like, I thought everybody knew that song, but I guess not. But that was on there, and then there's one that was like The Drug in Me Is Reimagined, and then there was one called like Drugs and Popular Monster and like something else. I don't remember what the other one was. But he said, you should check these out if you haven't checked these out yet, yada yada. And I was like, well, I've already heard The Drug in Me Is You, because that was back from when I was in like high school. And he was like, oh, so if you've heard that one, you should definitely check out Drug in Me Is Reimagined, or the drug is Reimagined, whatever it's called. The Drug in Me Is Reimagined. So I was like, okay, because he said it's basically related to The Drug in Me Is You, but it's like completely different. Me being a 90s kid, having Falling in Reverse in high school, it piqued my interest. So I guess we're going to have a little trip back down memory lane today and listen to Falling in Reverse. But what I figured we'd do is we'd go back to The Drug in Me Is You and like refresh, because if it has something to do with that song, I haven't listened to it since like high school, which was like 8 years ago now. Goodness gracious, I'm old. If I recall, this song has some words in it, which I will be bleeping out to keep the content family friendly. So if you know the song, not going to really ruin it for you. If you don't know the song, you can always go look up the originals. Cool? All right. By the way, coldest water bottle. If you want one, links down in the description. You can follow the two links. My PayPal is down in the description as well. If you want to help support the channel in any way, you can go do that down there. My P.O. Box is also down there if you want to send me something for a P.O. Box opening video. I usually do them once every month, provided people actually send me things, which has seemed to be the case thus far. So once every month, if you want to send me something, you can send it to me down there. But for now, let's get into The Drug in Me Is You. Now for you guys, I'm probably just going to only leave in little snippets of this part. I'm probably not going to do the whole video, but just for time's sake. But I'm going to watch the whole video and reconnect with my high school days. So
I heard a knock upon my door the other day. I opened it to find her staring in my face. The feel of more.
It's all coming back to me now.
Tremble as it shivers down my spine. Adrenaline kicks in, shifts into overdrive. Me now, I've lost my mind. It happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here, trying to consume the drug in me is you. And I'm so high on misery, can't you see?
I remember the bass in this part just was solid.
I got these questions always running through my head. So many things that I would like to understand.
I love it, just
And I'm so high on misery, can't you see?
Oh my gosh. Y'all, these are the guitar riffs from my childhood, yo. Well, childhood. I was like 17. Oh my goodness. Are y'all feeling emo yet? I'm feeling it coming back. Alright. Well, there you go. The next video is right on the screen. Falling in reverse, the drug in me is reimagined. Man, that took me back. Alrighty, the drug in me is reimagined. So, just for context, the drug in me is you came out in like my junior year of high school. It was like 9 years ago. This song came out earlier this year. So this is going to be like Falling in Reverse a decade later that apparently has something to do with the original song. Are they still going to be like super emo? Like, I don't think I've heard of them since high school. I don't think I've heard anything they've done since high school. Besides the point. I'm just reliving the past. So, let's see what this is all about.
I heard a knock upon my door the other day. I opened it to find her staring in my face. The feel of mortal stalking still reverberates. Everywhere I go, I drag this coffin, just in case.
I'm sorry. What?
The feel of mortal stalking still reverberates.
Ronnie, what have you done?
Everywhere I go, I drag this coffin, just in case.
Yo, I got goosebumps like I'm actually on the scene here. What the heck is happening? We got like an orchestra here of like string instruments. We got Ronnie playing the piano. There's such a small amount of instrumental that has made its way into the song right now that it's almost a cappella. Almost. Like, and these are the same lyrics. At least at the beginning. I don't know if it's kind of like that's what ties it into the first song. I don't know if this is like literally kind of what the title says, where the entire song is just like they're just doing it in kind of like a reimagined way. So like the whole song is just going to be like redone, or if it's kind of like they're taking that first stanza and then they're going to like turn it into something crazy. Like I don't know. I'm mind blown. Sorry. This is like taking everything I know about like the emo childhood in me, and it's just threw it right out the window. And now we got this is.
Everywhere I go, I drag this coffin.
This is like super,
Just in case.
like classical and super. It's like poetry. It's like a play.
My body's
Or a musical.
trembling and shivers down my spine. Adrenaline kicks and shifts into overdrive. Your secrets keep you sick, your lies keep you alive. Snake eyes every single time you roll with crooked eyes. I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts a 100-year-old house.
I like that. The house.
I wrestle with my thoughts, I shook the hand of doubt. Running from my past, I'm praying feet don't fail me now. I lost my damn mind. It happens all.
Yo, the freaking goosebumps right now. What is happening? I literally have goosebumps like I'm in the snow that's on set, which is fake, by the way. It's obvious. It's a set. It's not actually snowing in the middle of the woods. What is happening to me?
I lost my damn mind. It happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually
Ronnie, what are you doing?
The drug in me is you, and I'm so high on misery. Can't you see?
Okay, so pausing for copyright reasons. This girl is so familiar to me, and I don't know where it's from. I feel like it has to do with, like, maybe it has to do with some of their old stuff. Hold on. Yeah. She's the cover girl for the Drug in Me Is You album from 2011. That's where I recognize her from. Yeah, so she's the cover girl of that album. Well, good. At least I don't have that to drive me nuts now. But, oh my goodness. I love how the musicians that are playing the string instruments are in, like, these black suits that just kind of make them anonymous. Like, it kind of removes them from the video. And even the dancers that they have like, these masks on that have, like, these draped tassels and stuff like that to kind of take away their identities. When you take away identity, it adds, like, anonymity, which removes people that aren't supposed to be the center of focus. It kind of removes them from the video. So it feels a lot more like it's just about Ronnie and just about this chick who was the cover of the album. So I guess they're just bringing her back as kind of like an homage back to the original album.
Can't you see?
I love it. I absolutely love this. It's 180 degrees from where it used to be.
So many things that I would like to understand. If we are born to die and we all die to live,
the lighting is beautiful.
What's the point of living life if it just contradicts? I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down.
More power and more power and more distortion creeping its way in here, and oh man, this is fantastic, dude.
I wrestle with my thoughts. I shook the hand of doubt, running from my past. I'm praying feet don't fail me now.
Oh my gosh. What a gorgeous shot. My goodness. They keep building this up, like slowly building this up to the point where it feels like it's gonna just like explode into something crazy. Take you all the way up and then they bring it back down right here. But then they bring it all the way up here and then they bring it back down right here. The lighting in this is gorgeous. The shots that they're doing are fantastic. And I love how different this is. This is absolutely the original lyrics. Like, it's a whole... It is a completely reimagined 180-degree shift from what the original of this song is. I never in a million years would have seen this coming.
Can't you see?
Okay. Explosion. Still not what I was expecting.
You tried to reach me, but you just can't help me. So long, goodbye.
Man, that power is cranking. Come on. And then they just bring it back down. The dynamics. You just kind of ramp it up like, and then it drops you back down to, oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's gorgeous. Like,
This time, 'cause now I've lost my mind, and there's no time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here.
that is absolutely gorgeous.
The drug in me is you, and I'm so
And the symbolism is fantastic.
misery.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Can't you stop?
Holy I think they ramped it up a little bit now. This is kind of what I was expecting when I said they were ramping it up and ramping it up, ramping it up. Every time they did it, they just brought it back down. Every time they did it, they brought it back down. And then that last one that they did, they brought it up so high and then brought it back down so soft. I was like, okay, I guess this is just what we're doing. And I thought they were just going to play with the dynamics like that. That scared me. That was so... There was no lead up to that. There was none. There was no lead up to that. Goodness gracious, Ronnie. Man.
And I'm
Now that I know it's coming.
high on misery. Can't you stop?
One second. Is that it? Okay. Yo. What was that song? Second off here. Notice how when it goes to this part, finally, we have some color contrast. First of all, we got the cool, snowy, cold, like blue temperatures of that whole video. And it's dark. And then we have the bright, warm, orange, red, yellow of the fire contrasting with that, and the heat versus the cold, lovely contrast. It emphasizes the incredible scream and yell that's going on here. And two, it emphasizes the emotion and kind of like the crazy, psychotic, like mental state that's going on here. It emphasizes that very well. But also notice here, and it became more apparent as this scene went on, notice how you have Ronnie standing here, and you have all of these tree limbs that are coming into the frame, kind of surrounding him, and they're stretched out over him. And those are mimicked on the shots with the girl by all the dancers that were dancing around her. They're all reaching in like the tree branches, like that. The girls reaching in like that is mimicking the tree branches from Ronnie's shot. And as this goes on further and further and further, the fire in the background and the fire on the trees and everything makes its way in towards the girl. Also, what contrast with the screaming and the fire surrounding Ronnie, and then the next shot here, and that shot, where he's at like almost I wouldn't call it a psychotic piece, but it's almost like he's standing there just kind of like He's just all by himself, alone, mesmerized. And just the contrast between the two shots, really interesting. You can see the fire creeping in here. It's now engulfed the trees in the background. It's also on her dress and the bouquet. A little bit more here. The dress is about to go up in flames, as well as the flowers are more on fire. And then here we have the dress pretty much fully engulfed in flames. The flowers pretty much fully engulfed in flames. The trees in the background fully engulfed. And it's actually spreading, it looks like it's spreading anyway, onto the arms and the hands of the dancers a little bit. And that's a great shot there, with those captivating eyes and like the flames and the heat that are just kind of like distorting the air. Really cool. And I love how they faded this off. And you hear the flames, and it's just that piano playing. And that lovely chord at the end to end it off. My goodness, falling in reverse. So, apparently, I need to stay caught up with bands from my high school years, because apparently they're doing this now. I came into tonight remembering what The Drug in Me Is You was, and going like, okay, so they're gonna kind of like randomly continue the story or something like 10 years later. I was trying to figure out, I was like, how well are they going to be received with like their kind of emo-ish quality in 2020? Like, how well is that going to come through? What I got was one of the most beautiful arrangements of a song I have ever heard, based on my first listening experience to that song. I have to say, that is probably, not including Dimash, because I feel like that's cheating, that is probably top 3 all-time covers of a song ever for me that I've heard. Top 3 easily. But it's a cover of their own song in a completely different style, which almost pushes it into the lead. Because when you think of top 3 covers, I always, you have to throw in Disturbed Sound of Silence, songs like that. And Disturbed Sound of Silence, Disturbed covered the original Sound of Silence in a very similar manner. They just made it a little bit disturbed, a little bit disturbed. But to have a vision for a song, right? And then you make your song exactly how you want it. And then to 10 years later say, you know what? I want to do that song differently. I feel like I just want to make it different or something. And to have to completely remove yourself from the idea of that's how this song is supposed to sound and make something completely different, both in feel, in style, in instrumentals, in vocals. Everything about that song was different except the words. And to be able to do that and make the song better than the song that was already a massive hit, that just seems unbelievably difficult to me. Like, that would be like me going back to my favorite photo I've ever edited and shot, and then going, yeah, I love that photo, and it's my favorite one I've ever done. I'm going to redo it, but make it look 100% different. I don't know if I could creatively do that. So that was extremely impressive. So I might need to look into more of this, because there was other songs on the list that he sent me. I may need to explore that a little bit. But for now, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel and you liked this, please hit subscribe. Please hit like. Hit the little notification bell if you want to get updated whenever I upload a video. Usually 2 to 3 times a week. So make sure to do that, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios.